Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. Don't forget to take a picture of the board and all of this content. We'll go over that in a second. Shortly, I emailed some of y'all something, or everybody over the weekend, some songs or information that came through, such as like, De La Soul, what's going on with them, because we talked about them. And I'm sending you something about Fab Cruz, because he has something new. I'm going to end up sending you all, I might see if I can play it next class, so I might not. DJ Khaled, No Brainer. Hip hop legend over the weekend. Are y'all listening, James? Are you still talking? Over the weekend, and matter of fact, I'm going to start to email this content to the team captains, so the team captains can make sure that everyone on their team receives the information. I'm doing that because you all are leaders, so make sure your team gets their content. Next, Red Alert. Ended up doing an interview with Sway not too long ago. Great content on hip hop and its background. VA legends, because soon you're about to look up your own legends. I didn't forget, because we have, again, so many. You got DJ Baby Drew, DJ B Wright, who goes by Megan Wright now, I believe. But she started off as B Wright, maybe because there's so many B's, she decided to switch up. She also was a part of Buddha Brothers Morning Show before they went off air. And then you have DJ DC, who came from Norfolk State radio station. So again, this is content there, VA Legends, and Baby Drew was in Love and Hip Hop. I think he also has done something for the Kardashians. If you watch, those are legends. So again, when you start to look at your own legends, that's information. Common for Testify. I might see if I can play that in class, not today, but next class. Here's some more information on Red Alert. I'm going to send you all some of his mixes, which are by YouTube. I encourage y'all to start looking at YouTube, a lot of good information. Speaking of, I guess, Soulja Boy, they say launched his social media from YouTube by collecting so many views. And that was on the Social Media Awards last night that happened on BET. I think it was the first time they've done that at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. But getting back to Red Alert, a lot of his links came across my view this weekend. So I'm gonna send those to you, a lot of mixes, good content. And I'm finding, since it's Women's History Month, I'm channeling, I guess, Afeni Shakur with my shirt, Angela Davis for the Black Panther Party, and Janelle Monáe, or is it Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
Thank you. I had to make sure I said that right. I'm channeling her. She has a lot of black and white. She usually tells you why. I'm going to see maybe if I can play that before we go downstairs. But a lot of things I'm going to send to you, because I think this one with Salt and Pepper is Patra Yo-Yo TLC. It's very historical. I think they talk about something in regards to freedom. That would be debate content. Naughty by Nature, Everything's Gonna Be Alright. Angie Stone, No More Rain. It's two things I think I found again about Dr. Martin Luther King. The Other America, again, debate content. Black Sheep, I'm just gonna hand that to you just because it's hip hop and you need to know it. Digable Planets, I would say they were one of the first trio. I think they were before the Fugees that came out, real dope. Mona Lisa, I end up thinking about you, Shanita, because you still have to work on your descriptive essay. Well, an artist, but everybody's going to get this, has a song called Mona Lisa, and I forgot who is that by. Oh, Lil Wayne on the Carter 5. So I'll send that to you. Might jog your memory, help you do something. Method Man and Mary J. Blige, You're All I Need to Get By. I'm also going to send you that with Tiana Taylor's remix, because it's kind of two similar videos, again, just for your knowledge. Rather Unique, AZ, Old School Hip Hop, again, Martin Luther King Jr., Birth of a New Nation, again, debate content. Jonathan McReynolds, we'll talk about that later, Lecrae, K Camp, and Janelle Monáe, which people were asleep on her. I think she first was signed to Diddy, but people didn't understand her in her creative side. But Bro Neal was supposed to be here today, and he had Katherine Johnson, so that was a tie-in to that also in VA. We'll get some music going on today. Before we do that, remove your grade by how you're doing, whatever the case is. Remove your grade of how, I don't even think I wrote that right, of how, I don't even know that right. I think I want to say how you're doing in the class. Again, that goes to show you if I don't proofread, this is what happens, and that goes to anybody if you do not proofread. So anyway, remove your grade from the class. Who in this class, again, is gaining knowledge? And I'm probably going to continue to ask that throughout the semester. Okay, thank you. I'm asking, are you gaining knowledge?
I gained something.
What about you, Ebony? Okay. All right, is this class helping you in other areas of your life? Yes or no?
Yeah.
What do you think, Ebony?
Um,
If not, that's fine. If so, that's fine too.
no.
Okay. All right, are you able to apply this content to other classes or within your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do, Sydney will get back to timing today. Current events, 1 minute. Game legends, 2 minutes. Your next assigned, legends. Ebony, you get Kimswell High School class officers of 1996. You'll have to ask me, like I said, if you don't want to go to Kimswell High School, you'll have to ask me, but since it's Women's History Month, we actually make women's history at Kimswell High School. Real quick note, I believe we were the first class to nominate black women to lead the class, and I was the class president for 3 years in a row. So I repeated like the Bulls, which that was my last run, my little slogan. So you will get, and the other the other three ran 2 years in a row. So our class was very unique at Kimswell High School. Romeal's not here, so as a team captain, you may want to make sure he gets Jason George, Nicole Fry. Nicole Fry, again, Women's History Month. She went to Kimswell High School, which would be the connection to these two. She was the first female that I believe, she was white, I believe, or you could say now woman of color, because in her DNA it might say something else, that played football for our school. She was the kicker. The year she played football, they went to regional. Shanita, Tim Reed, and Arthur Ashe. Heather's not here, team captain. Again, you might end up being by yourself, one-person team, so you can't get up here like you did on the practice debate and stand. You have Pearl Bailey and Thomas Jefferson, yes. Now we're starting to get into the foundation of Virginia. Some of the fun things might go out the window. James, you have Tom Wolfe and Woodrow Wilson. After this now, you're going to start to find your own. Do not repeat legends. If you missed a time on recording your legends, such as James, with clips, you can go ahead and go back to do so. But at this time, you're finding your own. Please do not repeat your legends. We're going to get into KRS-One to review the readings, verses 33 through 38. 33 through 68, 69 through 90. Then we're going to go downstairs, work on resumes, cover letters, memos. Training wheels now come off, people. For your homework, follow the syllabus and Canvas. Ask a classmate or a peer. Don't ask me unless you need help on homework question. Debate content. Make sure, again, team captains, all of your team has the content next class, because I don't know what's going on with Hamza. I did my part. Let's see if he shows up to do his. He hasn't followed up with me. Last he said I wasn't feeling well. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I've reached out to people. The only one right now that is, our judges will step up, but the only one that has stepped up has been who? Steph Love, right? Debate. So make sure all your teammates have that. And next class, we'll start to look into that content. Because captains, you need to assign already people their position, their role. If you go affirmative or negative, everybody already should know when they're going. If it's just you, you already know. But if it's, you need to have plan A, B, and C for you.
Yeah.
So if it's just you, you already know you're doing everything. If it's plan B, it's 2 of you. If it's plan C, then it's 3 of you. You need to figure out who goes first, who goes last. If it's everybody, like y'all need to start, like you're doing your essay. Ebony's got great content. Don't sleep on that team captain. She already told you she's got the movie. She's already taken notes. That's why she was prepared probably for the practice debate. And this is the question that I brought up, which you probably can end up putting in your content, people. Why is Virginia not the state where the capital is not located, such as Richmond or even our area, which would be a combined area like D.C., especially when Virginia is the location where most of the nation's history has begun? Don't let me pull out KRS-One and don't let me talk about 1619. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I just gave y'all some more content, which I'm including KRS-One again in one of my papers. That book is really good. If you end up getting the book like I recommended, something else you can pull up for the debate, just because I just told you something happened in 1619. I even, if you don't get that content, you might want to look at my YouTube link when I talk about the syntax. I'll give you the pages. 1619. Virginia. Think about all the things that have happened in Virginia. We are history. I just gave y'all a good debate, and I'm not even debating. So I will sit down. Oh, wait, no, music first. Am I in the way?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Okay, last class, we end up leaving off with Tremaine Alden Neverson. At the very end, he talked about Gotta Make It with the children, which was really sweet. So I'm going to play you the one that actually got him commercial airplay, but then after that, I'm going to play you the one with the woman outside of his family, his mother and his grandmother and so forth, another woman that believed in him and co-signed for him. Then, of course, we'll get a little inspiration real quick.
You might want to hit play.
Oh, let him do it. Oh, go ahead. I was like, thank you. I hope it's loud enough. Did this in Petersburg. This is where humble beginnings. from the area. I believe she is from PA. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. All right, we'll do the remix, just because a lot of people didn't know about this remix. And look who blessed him on this first project. I actually got the CD twice. One of my files, and then one is now in plastic, and it sits beside my Nat Turner Birth of a Nation magazine, thanks to Sandra making sure I got that, and then it sits between my other books that help me gain knowledge they don't teach in school, knowledge they don't teach about culture and or Black history or American history, world history. So it sits on my shelf with that.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Aretha. Believe in yourself.
Michelle.
Believe in your dreams. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You're sure gonna make it. This song is for my shawty. Just go and do what you gotta know you can do it. This song is for my homie. Just hold it down, cause we're ground. Cause I try to soothe and smile. And I play the clock for my try to kill me. No matter what you go through, I know one thing is true. Keep believing in you. Cause when it's feeling like you just can't take it. And no matter what you do, they keep hating. Lift your hand to the sky. Tell yourself I just gotta make it. I just gotta make it. Just when it's feeling like you just can't take it. And no matter what you do, they keep hating. Lift your hand to the sky. Tell yourself I just gotta make it. I just gotta make it. Just gotta make it. Shawty, I know you about to have your baby. Before you get up, just take a second, lady. Look in the mirror, your reflection, lady. It's perfection, baby. Don't neglect it, baby. Now, homie, I know you've been nickeling, hanging up flowers at your job to put your time in. The streets looking good and that money looking long. Go and get it how you live. I say you're wrong, cause I try to soothe with a smile. Baby, I played the blind. People try to kill me. No matter what you go through, I know one thing is true. Feeling like you just can't take it. No matter what you do, they keep hating. Put your hand to the sky. Tell yourself I just gotta make it. I just gotta make it. Just gotta make it. Feeling like you just can't take it. No matter what you do, they keep hating. Put your hand to the sky. Tell yourself I just gotta make it. I just gotta make it. Just gotta make it.
Man, I was trapped in the hallways, but I didn't cry though. Wasn't thanks for my learning, but was all caught in the cycle. What I wore in the daytime is what I wore as my night clothes. Concerned about a meal when I should have been shutting my eyes closed. Know about the summer, waggle wheels in the potholes. I'm on the Larry Booster with the good I eating nachos. If I ain't got nothing, I got flows. Small carrying the black load. Just keep on grinding, don't pay attention to these titles. You can make a come up, making moves in the hum up. You can break a children down the Disney World and some up. I done been there, hell and back, that's why I changed my life. Been caught up and convicted for the same thing twice. I'm preaching the meaning in my mind frame. If I don't do what my body on the same night. If I was with him, then I'd be riding on the same flight. I was living in the dark.
She blessed his first project. So at the beginning of the CD, you have Gotta Make, yes, but it intros with her voice, and the very last part of the CD, I think, ends with this song, if I'm correct. We'll play this another time, because I want to get into today's lesson. Also, speaking of Steph, she must have heard her ears ringing. And I told her, I said, thanks, I just addressed this last class. We just spoke about you in class, but she texted me at 10:27 and 10:28, so I guess I'm just now getting this, obviously, because I'm focused on making sure y'all get your content. She just said also tickets for Something in the Water Festival are on sale. Pharrell just announced the lineup yesterday, so I don't know. Okay, so we'll talk about it. Okay.
Through Twitter. It's on Twitter.
Okay, we all know I'm not on that social media. Only thing I do with YouTube is post. All right, so we'll let Cindy go ahead and get into calling you up for your content. I think only one person has something new, so that means I'll give you extra credit for having something new to report for VA Legends.
Ebony, go up first for current events. Thank you, ma'am.
My current event is about a student protest in Europe for global climate change. The student that started the protest is a 16-year-old girl. Her name is Greta Thunberg. On February 15th, students across Europe walked out of school in a coordinated protest to demand action on climate change. Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old activist, has been cutting class weekly since September to stage sit-ins at the Swedish parliament to demand government to address the climate change. She was invited on December 2018 to give a speech at the United Nations regarding the climate change.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, James, you're up next.
Are you feeling okay, Ebony?
Yeah, I'm just happy.
Okay. Here, don't forget your article. Or, well, I'll give it to James and give it to you. It's up to you. Okay. You don't look like the chipper, smiley Ebony I'm used to
I'm so
seeing.
tired, you have no idea.
Don't forget, James, I need your article. Please. By the way, nice haircut. I think Sydney let you know that when you walked in. You had a, you trimmed your beard too?
No, well, my mom did for me.
Okay, go mom. She gave you a haircut too?
Yep.
Go mom. Okay.
Yep. My current event is Chicago seeking a new mayor sees many black residents voting with their feet. Chicago stands at the pivotal crossroads with Mayor Rahm Emanuel's decisions not to seek a third term. Its next leader must contend with a long-standing sense of divisions between a prosperous economic core and forgetting neighbors, and crime and violence presents problems.
Okay. Work on your pronunciation. Something seemed off, but I forgot what it was because I didn't take a note of it, and I should have.
Pivotal.
Was it? Okay, and it was it prosecute? Or was something that started with a P?
Prosperous.
Prosperous? I think that's what it was. Cause I heard you and I was like, is he meaning that? So yes.
It's persistence.
Persistence?
That's what I meant.
Okay, because I was like, I do see persistent. Okay, persistent. Yes, remember, break it down in syllables. Take your time. Good job. Shanita, you got your nails done, huh?
I guess it's my turn, huh? I'm just glad I got a different article in a different state. This is my home state, so.
Okay.
Well, not Providence, it's just Rhode Island.
Okay.
Alright, so mine is about a kidnapping. I guess his name is Louis. Alright, so Louis Coleman, he's the third, is a 32-year-old man who was arrested and was held in jail for kidnapping a 23-year-old woman. This took place in Providence, Rhode Island. kidnapped her. She was out celebrating for her birthday. He kidnapped her, took her somewhere else, killed her, threw her in the back of his car, and he was later faced with mandatory life charges and a death charge.
Okay. Don't forget, work on your flow. Here you go. Thank you.
Right, Ebony, Virginia Legends.
So I'm not prepared for Stacy Lopez, but I'll give as much information as I can, because I couldn't find it on the videos, so. But I did find the information about the children or the organization that she's a part of, but it doesn't mention her.
I know. That's the reason why I wanted you to talk about it. It's okay. Next time that happens, reach out to me and let me know. Go ahead.
All right, so I have Jarvis George. He was born on December 8th, 1976 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. He is known for his acting career on Criminal Minds, Gamer. He attended Howard University for undergrad and received his MFA in acting from Penn State. While at Howard, he played football. He is the younger brother of Jason George, who is also an actor. And Jason George was the actor from Eve. And then
You got gum today, by the way.
I do have gum. Stacy, Stacy Elizabeth Wood Lopez attended Kempsville High School. She was the high school's king and queen, but
She was the queen.
the queen.
Hmm. Jarvis
and
was the
Jarvis George was the king.
king.
I don't have the year that they graduated.
1995.
Okay. And she told me today that she was a part of the NAACP, right?
Youth Council of Virginia Beach. Mhm.
Okay.
I believe
And,
vice president. Mm-hmm.
She's also a part of an organization from Pharrell called
That's
Making
fine.
Children Happy? No.
It's photo from one hand to
Photo,
another.
yes. From one hand to another.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, James.
So you're doing something from last class, and you had what ready? Oh, I gave you Showtime because it was Talk of the Town morning show. Okay.
My current event, well, my VA Legends is the Talk of the Town morning show. Showtime works at K97.5 radio station. He is self-proclaimed as Mr. Talk of the Town. He accomplished as a professional radio author and blogger, uses his vote to help guide the lives of today's youth. And he is born and raised in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And he started his radio career in 2000 at Norfolk State University's WNSB radio station as an air job.
All right, Shanita.
I don't have any legends.
Didn't last class you were assigned a radio show? You had Z104, Trisha era.
Yeah.
You had-
I'll go Google real quick.
What you Googling?
Jarvis George.
Oh.
Alright, I had Z Morning Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a broadcasting show. It's from Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. They deploy on temporary hit radio stations. It consists of 2 or more radio personalities, people. And the name comes from the wackiness and overall personalities of the show.
Okay, so what did you find out about, did you find out anything about each one during the Trisha era? So you didn't have anything about Nick, Trisha, or Shaggy?
No.
Interesting. Okay. All right, from here then we'll go over our KRS-One readings. I will send you the additional information over Canvas for that because that was an added thing. Other than that, from now on, you already know that you need your current events and your VA legends. Now you're assigned your own legends. Find them on your own and do not repeat legends.
Is it 2 legends we still gotta do? In the 5 facts? Or is just 1 in the 5 facts?
That then I will send over Canvas.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and huddle up like football and talk about KRS-One, then we'll go downstairs.